This demonstrates another of the real-world problems with doing pianos. That is that the string that's being pulled from the tuning pin to the hitch pin wants to bind on the bottom of the capo bar. So I've applied a piece of Scotch tape to that. The backside of Scotch tape is really pretty slippery, so the thread pulls very easily like this. So another problem is fishing this thread through each one of these A-grafts can be kind of time consuming. So I use a clothespin that's been made into a little clamp, and it has a saw slot in it with a piece of thread super glued in there. So I can clamp that directly onto the A-grafts, and that quickly solves the problem. I can move from one to the other very quickly like this. And since we're on the other end of a long length of string, slight movement on this end is not going to have any significant effect on where the string is passing the bridge. So here's a real live situation in which there's a problem. There appears to be too large a gap between these two strings. And by the time we put a whole bunch of strings running in here, that's going to be really obvious. I've traced the problem back to actually the spacing of the hitch pins. These two hitch pins are a little bit too far apart. So what I'm going to do is do what they did in the factory. I'm going to move this over a little bit so that that appears to be correct. My alternative would be to remove this pin and re-drill it. I'd have to fill it first and then re-drill it right over here just a little bit further. In this case, I'm not going to do that.